What's up guys, and welcome back to another video. Today we are out by this mountain behind me, which me and my brother call Chuckwallas Hill. We call it that because if you come out at the right season at the right time, there's chuckwallas everywhere. But you also have to know where to look. So we're gonna go out on this hill, see if we find some chuckwallas, maybe find some carrot-tailed chuckwallas. Let's get right into it. So one thing about chuckwallas that makes them incredibly hard to find is their incredibly good eyesight. A chuckwalla typically will see you before you even notice there's a lizard on the rock. And what they'll do is crawl down inside a crack and inflate themselves and keep themselves from being pulled out of that crack. It's a really weird defense mechanism, but once they're in a crack, it's pretty much impossible to get them out unless you move the rocks. So when you're walking, unless you really have a good eye, chuckwalla hunting really turns into just looking in cracks of rocks and hoping there's a chuckwalla.
Sure. Light or gray.
Yeah, look at this fence lizard, guys. He's like dark. I've never seen one that dark. That's crazy. Let's keep going. There's nothing on these rocks. I'm not seeing signs of anything. There's a little cactus right there though, but there's one specific location that I really like checking. So we've found several in this spot right here. Just checking in the crack. If you want to look down there, I actually believe that stick in that crack is from us from like 6 years ago. All right, right now I'm coming up to a big stack of rocks. Just gonna start looking in some cracks, see what I find. They eat these little cactus fruit off these little white cactus, and there's a ton of them right here, so maybe, just maybe, this will be home to a chuckwalla.
You know why fence lizards can't stand us up?
Why?
Because the fence stood up for them.
Oh. Lizard just booked it. Wah! And by the way, yes, we do know that chuckwallas like basking during the hottest part of the day, but I don't. So right now we're just pushing our luck. As a kid, whenever we used to come out here and find them, we would come out 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the evening and find them because that was the hottest part of the day. But we quite frankly are on a time frame. We got to get up north to film some more videos. So we don't want to be out here during the hottest part of the day. We also don't want to die of heat exhaustion. So we're pushing our luck, checking cracks and rocks, seeing what we find. No joke, guys. The first chuckwalla I ever found on this hill was a joke. And by that, I mean, we were out just like this, looking all day. It's gotten so late, we were like, you know what, let's go home. And I decided just for fun to look in a crack and go, hey, look, a chuckwalla. So I did. And then I walked away. And my cousin walks up and goes, dude, it's huge. And I was like, what are you talking about? And I go back and look in the crack. And there was a massive jet black chuckwalla crammed in the crack. But I didn't see him. Because fun fact, I didn't know I needed glasses at the time. By the way, I don't know if you guys can tell, but look at this view. It's hideous. I'm just joking. Oh my gosh. I was like, that crack looks perfect. Let me know when you're recording. Guys, I just found one. I got my GoPro going. My gosh. Okay, so I was walking up and I looked in this crack and you'll never guess what I spotted. These guys are incredibly difficult to grab because a lot of the times you do have to move the actual rock that they are behind. Oh, guys, we found one. Oh my gosh. Thank you, Lord. And I'm saying that, guys, genuinely. We have been praying that we would find a chuckwalla. Today, we literally were just discussing, no joke, a second ago, probably like 30 seconds ago, that if we did not find one, we would have to call this video a bust and just post a video about us doing nonsense on a mountain. This just got my hopes a lot higher. Maybe we'll find a second, who knows, but that just shows you, this guy wasn't even visible. I just looked and I saw a decent sized gap in a wall, and I decided to look, or a decent sized gap in a rock. And look at that. I always call these guys mini raptors because look at that face. Look like a little tiny velociraptor. Velociraptor. I'm gonna start rapping with all the different names. Okay, so cool fact about these guys, like I said, they will inflate. You guys see how their body looks kind of wrinkly and like a balloon? They will actually, like I said, they'll cram themselves in a crack of a rock and inflate their body to the point to where you cannot pull them out. So I don't know if you guys saw with this rock, I had my arm crammed in there and I was actually prying the rocks away from each other, because once they inflate, you will not get them out. As a kid, I would come out here and sometimes we would find some in massive rocks, massive rocks, and it would suck because as soon as you found them, you can pretty much kiss it goodbye. Sometimes that's what you got to do. You got to move the rocks. But really cool find. I am very happy with this.
Is his tail colorful?
No, this, okay, so Jonah just pointed out the fact his tail is white. So this is not a carrot tail. Carrot tail have a bright orange tail. And that is strictly only an Arizona lizard. These guys already live in Arizona, New Mexico, Mexico deserts, but the carrot tail is specific to South Mountain. I have found a couple in my life, two, but I've only caught one. They are an endangered species, so if you do find them, you're not allowed to keep them. But really cool, and he is angry. Really cool lizards though. Look at how shiny his stomach is. That's crazy. One thing you'll notice about these scales, if you can see them in the camera, they are incredibly smooth. Incredibly tiny and incredibly smooth. And that helps them to cram themselves in the rocks, just for the sake that it's a lot easier to stick yourself in a rock when you have tiny scales, like more like skin than large scales, because those will get stuck. We got to come up with a name for this guy.
Felicity.
Felicity? I'm pretty sure it's a male.
It's a male. Felix.
Felix. What do you guys think? You guys like Felix? All right, let's let Felix go. And then we have to continue looking, see if we find anything else. I want to try to find a female. So let's see if we can. Okay, so I'm actually gonna let Jonah let him go. We were getting some thumbnail shots, but go ahead and just put him right back on top of that rock.
Little buddy. There you go.
And there he goes. Man, he booked it.
He's a quick little
He went straight underneath another rock. All right, you say we find a second?
Let's do it.
If we can. Guys, we might end up calling it quits if we keep looking. This, no joke, took us an hour to find, and as you can see, this mountain is, it's very rocky, very steep, so it has not been easy. And no joke, I was close to calling it quits, but we do have a whole other half of a mountain to look at, so let's keep going. And
a whole hour to go.
Yeah, a whole hour to go. We were gonna look till 9, so let's see what we can find. By the way, if at any point during this video you guys like what you see, make sure you go down below, like and subscribe. It is exhausting doing this type of stuff. Although I love doing it, I'm also doing it for you guys. So make sure you guys show your support, subscribe to the channel, and keep up with these videos. I'm doing more videos here in Arizona. Gonna be doing some videos in some very exotic places. You guys don't want to miss that. So make sure you're subscribed, and let's continue. And push on this rock with your feet, like you're saving your life. Yep.
Okay, so here's what we gotta do. We gotta rip our pants.
Okay. Just enough to where I can get them. All right, go ahead.
Hold on.
Is it budging?
Nope, the rock I'm on is budging.
Okay, let's see if we can get a stick. We're trying to get this guy out. This rock won't budge. You just rub the back of his tail. It took us a bit, guys, and to actually get him, we did end up having to move that rock. So we dumped an entire bottle of water in the bottom of the rock, and it created some mud, and then we were able to scooch the rock away from the other and get him out. And if you can't tell, we are exhausted because you don't want to hurt them. These guys will actually let you wound them in order to not get taken out of a rock. So even when you're using a stick, you can poke them and try to get them to move, but you can't put excessive force on them because they will literally just let the stick stab into their side because it's survival instinct. They would rather lose a limb than get eaten. So we did give him some water, and he was a hard fight. This is our second and last one that we're gonna find today. We're gonna head back because it is hot.
And I'm dripping in sweat.
Dripping in sweat. We all need to drink some water. This guy got a nice free drink. He was drinking the water when I was dumping it down the hole as well. That's the funny thing. But Chuckwalla number 2. Successful day Chuckwalla hunting. Guys, it's not easy. People who post videos and are just like, hey, look, we have a Chuckwalla. They got to start showing what it takes to find Chuckwallas. Because it is hard, especially here in Arizona, because like I said, they like coming out at the hottest part of the day. So when they are out, it's like dreadful to find them, and they're rare in general. So yeah, another just common black. It's a male. Let's let this guy go, and we are calling it good for the day. So all right,
Bye, Tommy.
Here you go, dude. Thank you for letting us catch you. All right, guys, we're actually gonna call that quits. We are extremely exhausted, extremely sweaty, extremely tired. Just standing up just now, I started seeing black dots everywhere, so it's time we head back, get rehydrated, get cooled off. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please leave a like and subscribe to the channel. It would do a huge favor on my part. Help me grow the channel. These videos are hard to make, especially videos like this. This is by far one of the hardest things I've done for the channel. So make sure you guys are subscribed so you don't miss future videos. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you on the next adventure.